Publicity for you too.
We're here with BF, who's going to explain the problems that she had. She's a special ed teacher, and why don't you explain what kind of problems you had and what happened after Syntonic Phototherapy?
Sure. So, like he mentioned, I am a teacher. I noticed that grading papers was a challenge. Being in my classroom with bright lights was a challenge. Having students be disruptive was a challenge. Lots of talking was a distraction. Outside of the classroom, I've noticed things that were just not right. Riding in a car was difficult. Being a passenger was almost impossible. I wasn't able to navigate a food store without feeling overwhelmed and feeling dizzy and getting a headache and wanting to run out of the store immediately. I was feeling dizzy and nauseous all the time. Watching TV was hard. There was a lot of things in my everyday life that I kind of thought was normal until I went to Dr. Roth. I do have 2 sons. Going into an arcade was nearly impossible.
Just too overwhelming.
Too overwhelming. Too many people, too many lights, too much exterior stimuli. Like, there was nothing that I could do to calm myself down except for having a panic attack, and that ended up leading to dizziness and feeling overwhelmed even more. So I knew that something needed to be done, and something needed to be done fast because I was at my wit's end. So I came to Dr. Roth. I found him by myself on doing an internet search. He had some really great videos, and I took the chance and came down to see him, and he recommended phototherapy after doing some testing, and I started the phototherapy reluctantly, but I knew that I needed to get done, and I wish I had done it sooner because the changes that I saw right away were remarkable. I was calm. I was able to navigate stores. My headaches were gone. My nausea was almost non-existent. I was able to grade papers, which to me was a big thing because that interfered with my everyday life. So there was a lot of changes that I saw positively, and I wish I would have done it sooner. I can't thank them enough.
So what are you able to do now that you had difficulty with before?
Now I'm able to go into the arcades. I'm able to go into stores that have a lot of people, or the aisles that are really narrow and have a lot of stuff lining them. Like, I'm not afraid to do that kind of stuff. Riding on highways, I'm not as overwhelmed going over bridges and being in that middle lane. My husband always used to say, well, why are you riding in the far left or the far right lane, in this little lane? I said, because it's too overwhelming to be anyplace else. So now I'm able to do that a little bit more easily. I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do before, and always made it seem like, hey, it's normal for me, but in reality it really wasn't.
One of the things you had mentioned is playing video games with your boys.
Yes, that was that they always were very disappointed when Mom said, I have to hand you this controller back because I cannot play. It was just, I would get dizzy, I would get nauseous, I couldn't look at the screen for more than 5 seconds without the feeling of unsteadiness and nausea taking over me. And now, after the Syntonic Phototherapy, it's more tolerable. I'm able to do it, and I'm able to sit there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes and enjoy that time with them, which is something that I didn't have before.
Great.
Yeah.
So is this something that you would suggest to others?
Absolutely. Don't hesitate. It's well worth it, and you won't look back.
Anything else you'd like to share?
It has changed my life.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you.
Thanks.